Hello, it's Minisode 33. It always makes me satisfied when it's like an even number. Not an even number, but like a cool number. Do you know what I mean?
Why is 33 a cool number?
Because it's like a 3 and a 3.
Wow.
I just like it.
Weird.
Yeah, today, I think this is quite a funny topic we're doing. We're doing like unconfirmed rumours, which is something that I always see everywhere.
Of course. Everyone's always coming up with
people
random
saying stuff that's just clearly not true.
Oh, yeah.
It's hilarious to me. And the responses we've got have confirmed how hilarious it is. Like, some of the responses we had were ridiculous.
Of course.
But what's some that you know quickly?
I was going to say, what's some that you know?
Okay, so the one that I know that like 1,000 people responded with was like Thorpe Park getting an RMC.
Oh, God. It's awful. I wouldn't even want Thorpe Park to get an RMC.
That idea is just not a thing.
Give them something better than an RMC.
Yeah, but that's just not...
No, of course.
They're not going to get one, are they? Like, you just have to think about it logically. Anyway, this is where they get one and then we're all proved wrong.
Well, I don't think people would be angry at that.
No. I would personally, though.
Don't know. I mean, I don't really pay attention to them because usually they are just complete garbage, you know?
Yeah.
So you hear loads about every park, like Alton Towers going to get rid of Rita and putting in a intimate multi-launch coaster instead, or I've heard that an intimate multi-launch coaster is going to replace the Rapids at Alton Towers. I heard loads of different things, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't really pay attention to them, but apparently lots of you guys do.
Yeah.
Oh, there's quite a few actually that I have heard, and this is one of them. So Cupcakes and Coasters says big one is getting RMC. I have heard that. Like, I mean,
but I don't understand. RMC is wood, right?
So normally RMC take wooden roller coasters and convert them into hybrid coasters.
Yeah. So how can you do that to the big one?
You won't. You can't. So
is it just a joke?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I think RMC has become like a obviously it's a manufacturer, but it's kind of become terminology.
Right, for like improving.
Exactly.
Okay.
So perhaps what they mean by...
is retract.
Yes, or just done by a different company.
Right.
Like, for example, it'd be cool if someone took the big one and just kind of, redid the layout, but using the same
general
layout.
vibe, yeah.
Yeah. That's what they mean. I've also heard that rumour, but I would rather the big one get completely demolished.
What, then just redo it?
And build a better big one.
I think it would be a shame to, like, try... because even if you tried to, like, redo it or retrack it or whatever... you'd have to change it so much to make it anything better that it would just be pointless trying to do it like the way it is now. Do you know what I mean? You might as well just do the same kind of coaster, but an actual good one, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
A classic, though.
Mm-hmm. A classic. A rumour that's been going around is, well, every time Fantasyland builds a new ride, everyone's always kind of thinking about when it's going to open.
Yeah.
So obviously for Fly, people are like, oh, Fly's going to open in 2018. And people are like, oh, Fly's going to open in 2019. And then obviously Fly's going to open in 2020.
Yeah.
I think it is meant to open this year, or at least was before. But that's always a popular one when a theme park is building a roller coaster.
Yeah.
And you never know when it's going to open.
Yeah.
And they haven't said anything about it. But yeah, no, I do expect Fly to open either this year or early next year.
It'd be a bit silly to open this year, though. Because less people would get to go on it.
Yeah, but it might, I don't know, it'll be open though, that's the thing, so. Jojo
Hendricks says, I heard some rumours about a dive coaster for Hansa Park. Have you heard anything about that?
A dive coaster for Hansa Park? That's interesting. I haven't heard that one. I've heard quite a few different things for Hansa Park.
Right.
Like hyper coasters for Hansa Park.
Everybody loves throwing a hyper coaster in there, don't they?
Big roller coaster, yeah, they do. Dive coaster?
Interesting though.
Yeah. It would work.
Yeah.
Well, I guess. Yeah.
I don't know though, because I feel like dive coasters are a bit boring now. I feel like everyone's a bit over it.
Of course. Yeah, as in we are. I mean, the average person likes
I guess,
them.
Yeah, it's a really good one for the average person.
It's a good one for a park that doesn't have like a
thrill.
A big roller coaster that's tall and has a steep drop.
Yeah.
Hansa Park has one. Carnan is a hyper coaster in height and has a steep drop. That's
essentially a drop tower, a dive coaster, but not.
So I wouldn't like them to get a dive coaster because they've got that.
Yeah.
And a park like Liseberg, for example, perfect place for a dive coaster because they didn't really have a huge tall roller coaster that was dedicated to the drop.
Yeah.
So, don't know. But B&M Hypercoaster at Hansa Park, now we're talking, that'd be good.
Literally any park getting a hypercoaster is like a rumour. Just every single park.
Matt Dawson says the Mack family are in negotiations to buy the Pleasure Beach from the Thompsons.
Oh.
Well,
that's a bit out there, isn't
that would
it?
be cool. It'd be interesting. I don't know what the Mack would ever do with the Pleasure Beach because it's a bit of a mess.
I'm not sure Amanda would give it up that easily, to be honest.
I mean, if Amanda's going to give it to anyone, it would be the Mack family, let's be honest.
Right, yeah, true.
They're very pally.
Yeah.
But
why would she?
Dunno.
I feel like nothing's really that wrong at the minute.
No. And why would the Mack family want it?
True. This is a piece of garbage.
So I don't know. I don't know why they would want it.
Yeah, because they can exactly knock everything down and put Mack coasters in.
No, I mean, there's quite a few Mack coasters already there.
Yeah, but there's not room for much more at the
No,
minute.
of course. It'd just be kind of expanding. But I don't think they need another theme park. It's not what they're about, is it really?
Lush Velvet Coaster says, I heard years ago that Nemesis would be retracked. We can dream, but I don't see it happening or being possible.
So I've also heard this, that once Nemesis is so old, they're just going to retrack it.
But what's so old, though? Because it's already so old.
Yeah, it's already... yeah, but I don't know what so old is. When it becomes that
Run
they can no
down.
longer maintain it,
Yeah.
that they're just going to build it again, and there you go.
Oh my god.
I've also heard that they've already fabricated the track
You're joking.
for it, and it's already sitting there, or it's already on order to B&M.
But
B&M know that they're going to retract this.
That's really creepy vibes because it's like, that's like, I don't know.
It is weird.
If something's dying, you can't just resuscitate it. You have to let it go. It's that kind of creepy vibes of like, why are you trying to make this live forever?
Yeah.
It's not immortal.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't like that idea.
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know. It's weird. It is a weird one. Seeing Nemesis go would be very sad, and it'd be interesting to see what they would do with the pit, because obviously the pit's,
built for that.
Yeah, exactly. So you'd have to come up with something else. But I'm sure they could.
But I don't think it's going to go that soon, is it?
No.
It's got years in it left.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Let's all calm down.
Other rides will go first. It makes more sense for something like Galactica to go first.
Yeah, because it's rubbish.
Well, I mean, it's not, but...
No, but it's not iconic.
Well, I mean, all of the Towers coasters are.
But it's not as iconic
No,
as
of
Nemesis.
course. What I'm saying is, you've got more scope for a bigger ride if you got rid of Galactica.
Yeah, that's true.
It takes up
It's
so
more
much
workable,
space.
that area.
Yeah, definitely. Nemesis is relatively compact for a coaster of that kind of genre. And yeah, built around its own terrain, whereas Galactica just isn't really. You can do a lot more with it. So yeah, don't know. TZEHE TZEHLER43 says Cedar Point is getting a Gerstlauer Infinity Coaster as their next big roller coaster. Sure. I mean, if you look at Cedar Point, there's no modern... Well, I'd say there's no normal sit-down coaster that's based on inversions. I mean, there's like that. There's Rougarou, which is like a B&M sit-down coaster, and that's already got inversions. But I think it'd be cool. I mean, Cedar Point practically have every roller coaster under the sun at this point. The only things they don't have is like a flying coaster.
That's a good one to get then.
Yeah, I know, but they're weird. Flying coasters are weird, expensive, and
I guess
not a lot of parks are willing to go that way. I think an inverting or a roller coaster that focuses on inversions would be good.
Yeah.
And could suit them quite well. Maybe they could even go for the record, but I think you'd have to be crazy to go for the record. Building 15 inversions on one coaster would be almost mad.
Chris says, I heard that Oakwood is getting a Zadra clone.
Jeez. I mean,
is that even a
why?
thing?
I'd love for that to be a thing.
I doubt that very highly, but...
If Oakwood were going to do anything, I'd like them to retrack Megaphobia. I'd like them to get GCI to retrack Megaphobia.
Right.
And that's also something that people keep saying. Because the GCI have done that before, where they've retracked the same type of roller coaster. It's called built by CCI, and it's been really, really good. Right. So if they retract Megaphobia, it could make Megaphobia really, really good again.
Yeah, so people would actually want to go there.
Well, I mean, yeah, perhaps, but Zadra clone wouldn't be upset, but yeah, I can't see that happening. Freddie says Fujiki Giga. So Fujiki are getting a new roller coaster 2021, 2022, I can't remember now. And apparently it's going to be a Giga coaster. That's what everyone's thinking.
Is that real though?
We don't know. We don't know what type.
Right.
It's just a big investment.
Yeah.
Expensive. Probably be one quite a unique ride because they always are.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I mean, Giga would be. Can't argue with that.
Jamie says London Resort was wanting to bring in Universal Studios when Paramount left.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, but surely they wouldn't do that because they already have their own thing.
Yeah, but I mean, if it was
Universal
Studios London would have been quite a draw. So
yeah, but I'm not all about that. I want a new thing.
I mean, I wouldn't argue.
Yeah, obviously I'd want that over nothing. But
Yeah.
I think what we've got now is quite unique. So
yeah, that's true.
or what might happen now. Matthew says Vampire may receive the updated Vekoma trains with lap bars in the next few years.
Oh yeah, that'd be interesting. I mean,
that's quite a plausible one, actually.
Yeah, but you might as well just get rid of it. It's old.
Why?
It's old.
It's not too bad though.
It's old.
Of course, it's old.
It's probably expensive to maintain.
True.
Always breaks down. Isn't very interesting.
Mm.
Build a new one. A better one.
Save your money.
There you go. No, they won't do that. But yeah, perhaps they would put new trains. Though I don't think new trains would make much of a difference unless they make it more reliable.
Mm.
You know. So, don't know. Tech Chart 1551 says Carowinds is getting a GCI in 2023. Maybe. Don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, Carowinds have been getting quite a lot of investments recently with Fury 325 in some year, 2015 maybe, and then a Cuphead Strike in 2019 maybe. So 2023 makes sense. I could see that. Be cool. I mean, Cedar Fair have built GCIs recently with Mystic Timbers, so it's not unreasonable. I think it'd be a good fit for the park. Who knows?
We also got a voice message from someone called Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Hi there. This is a message to Coasterbot Rambles. Just interested in. There has been speculation about Dubai Land reopening and they're starting things up again due to X 2020. But then, obviously, the pandemic happened. So, just wanted to know if you knew anything about that.
So Dubai Land, interesting. So for everyone who doesn't really know what Dubai Land is, I can't remember the other one, but there was this company that wanted to basically make Dubai into, well, you know how Orlando is a theme park hub now?
Right.
There's loads of theme parks, loads of different theme parks, all close to each other.
Yeah.
Someone wanted to basically skip all of the few decades it takes to get loads of theme parks next to each other and build them next to each other.
And build like 5 theme parks.
Yeah, 5 different theme parks next to each other. So an example would be like Six Flags and a Universal Studios and all of that.
Oh my god.
All next to each other. So it didn't happen. And then
obviously it didn't happen. Who can do that?
But then Dubai Parks and Resorts, a different company, did it. And that they're there already in Dubai. And they built Legoland. They built
Ferrari something.
No, well that was already there. Well,
right.
I don't think that was part of it. Legoland, there's Bollywood Parks Dubai and Motion Gate Dubai, and then as you said, close is Ferrari World as well. But I think that was separate. But yeah, those are like 3. There might be another one that I'm forgetting. I think there's a water park maybe. But yeah, 3 theme parks that they built close to each other.
So now this project's back on because they saw that you could do it.
Well, perhaps the thing is that the Dubai Land one was so much bigger, like really big. They wanted to build a lot. Yeah, so that's what people said. Perhaps too ambitious. So it didn't get built. Whereas this one was, it's 4 parks: Motion Gate, Bollywood, Legoland, and Legoland Water Park. And it did get built, but it hasn't been all that successful because trying to kickstart a theme park hub, it takes time, and people have to know about it.
Exactly.
So building all this demand when there isn't any demand, all this supply, when there isn't any demand, doesn't really work.
But if you say like, oh, we're going on a theme park holiday to someone, they'll just automatically assume you're going to Florida. Like everybody knows about that.
Yeah.
Whereas I've never heard of that, and I'm kind of in the community. So
so they're just trying to kickstart it. I can't really imagine seeing any more parks built there until it perhaps gets a bit more popular.
Pretty mad though that they built 4.
Yeah. Well, 4 got built. Well, I think Ferrari World opened way before, in like 2009 or so, and these opened in like 2015. These 3 or 4, yeah. So, but yeah,
it's doable.
It's interesting that they got different people to be okay with it, you know. But yeah, no, I can't. We'll see. I just can't expect them to build anything more when they're kind of struggling out already.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense.
No, but there you go. There's some rumors. If
Yes.
you didn't know, loads of rumors. There's always rumors, and most of them are always complete garbage.
But it's fun.
So it is fun. It is fun, but you just have to use your noggin to assess whether these things would actually happen.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes they're just not going to happen.